I'm delighted tonight to welcome Lauren Kunze to the podcast. Welcome.
Thank you. It's so great to be here.
So tell us about your journey. I understand you've been doing chatbots since 2008 and you have like 2 TED Talks about this?
Only one TED Talk so far, and actually since 2002. When I was 15, I built my first chatbot. My dad would always give me these challenges to try to get me into programming. And when I was 15, he said, "Can you build a computer program that would be capable of competing in a beauty pageant?" And that was to answer sort of common questions that beauty queens get, like, what's your goal? World peace. And he was trying to make the Turing test cool for a teenage girl. And it worked. I got very into it. I do have 2 companies, Pandora Bots, which started in 2008 out of an open source hobby project, and became a serious enterprise in 2014 when we started working with larger enterprise clients. And then in 2020, I spun out a new company called Iconic, which makes AI-driven digital humans, virtual personalities, avatars, whatever you want to call them. It's a very hot space today.
Well, absolutely. And as we're talking about diversity and innovation, and especially I know that you've been thinking about this in a very deep way because you need to build your solutions to address diversity.
Yeah, that's right. And, since it is TED AI Week and I've been revisiting the talk that I did, it took a broad look at all of our data. So my company has processed 100 billion interactions between chatbots and humans. And our data contains a huge amount of bias. And we also use that data to update and train systems. So, being able to code around societal bias that's being spewed to chatbots online is a hard problem that we've been grappling with for a long time. And I think a lot more people are aware of it today than they were a few years ago before AI was back in vogue. It's definitely something that we still don't have a perfect solution for. And also, I think a problem that is multiplied now that we're actually representing AI systems with human-like faces. And you have to get into all these different issues around, do we give AI a gender? Do we give it a race? Do we make it look like a human? Do we make it look not like a human? So that's all very hard to do. And I think step 1 is making sure you have a diverse team building these systems. So that's what I really try hard to control for and optimize for at my companies.
Wow, amazing. I just want to keep listening to you talk, Lauren, about everything.
I want to listen to you talk, Megan. We have that in common.
So if you had any advice, our audience is full of enterprises, very passionate and excited and wanting to jump as hard and quickly as possible towards the world that you have been in now for years. Is there any advice you would give them as they think about these prickly issues?
Same thing that I do at my own company. Make sure you have diverse teams that are designing for a broad set of the population, and make sure you do extensive user testing. I know a woman, I try to mentor as many young women as I have bandwidth for, and she was on a VR team at a company, and she was the only woman on the team, and she had a front row seat to VR headsets being designed in a way that never really tested them on women, didn't have any women building them. And as a result, entire product iterations got released without testing on females. And it turned out that we get especially nauseous. We have different balance systems. And so women really just couldn't use these early headsets because nobody was on the team, and they also didn't test for who the customer was. I think that's the first rule that you can do.
Well, thank you for sort of giving the headline. Thank you for giving the billboard of our event, which is you need diverse teams to innovate and to be relevant in the marketplace. Thank you, Lauren.
And to own the entire marketplace, right? Because there's 50% that's often neglected.
Yeah, we don't want to forget about the 50%.
Yes, more customers. Thank you so much, Megan.
Thank you, Lauren.